How to make a man think of you all the time. Wouldn't it be delightful if you could make him constantly think of you? Most women secretly dream of having their man so captivated by them that he can't go more than a few minutes without thoughts of them. While it may seem a tad unrealistic, it's undeniably romantic. Of course, everyone has responsibilities and can't spend their entire day daydreaming about their loved one. However, you do want to be a constant presence in his thoughts and emotions, and there are methods to achieve that. You can make him adore you to the point where the thought of not being with you becomes unbearable. He'll find it hard to focus on anything else if you follow the 7 steps outlined in this video, in the specified order. Moreover, you won't have to wonder whether he's thinking about you because you'll know he probably is. Before delving into how to make him miss you, let's explore the psychology behind missing someone. As we all know, humans naturally seek companionship and form close bonds with family and friends, not just physically but also emotionally. So, it's only logical that most people desire a certain level of closeness, friendship, and a long-term connection with others. When this closeness is lacking, we experience feelings of loneliness. This occurs because when you're unable to interact with and be close to someone you care about, their absence becomes painful. At times, it can even feel like physical discomfort, manifesting as aches in the stomach or heart. Of course, our goal isn't to inflict physical pain on the man we love. Instead, we aim to convince him that being without you is far more agonizing than being single. We want him to desire a committed relationship with you. So, when does a man start to miss you? According to experts, it typically takes around 8 weeks for a man to start missing you. This isn't surprising since most men enjoy their freedom immediately after a breakup. However, this feeling doesn't last long. When a man senses that you're slipping away from his grasp, he begins to miss you. Attraction plays a crucial role in male psychology, and scarcity fuels attraction. A man's interest and desire for you depend on how accessible he thinks you are. If he believes there's a challenge to winning your full affection and attention, he'll be motivated to make the effort. On the other hand, if he thinks you're always readily available to him, he'll lose interest because there's no thrill in the pursuit. Men enjoy chasing women, and it's an undeniable truth. Ultimately, if you're the type of woman who requires effort and investment from him, his determination to win you over will be so strong that he'll become preoccupied with making you his number one. So, how can you make him miss you to such an extent? Here are my 7 tried and true strategies for making him miss you. And here's the bottom line, you don't just want a man to miss you, you want him to step up his game and pursue you as if you were the last woman on earth. I understand this might sound a bit dramatic, but sometimes, drastic measures are necessary. These techniques will not only make him miss you but will also ignite his desire to commit to you, especially if you're looking to rekindle a relationship with an ex. 1. Stop initiating contact. The first step is possibly the most crucial when it comes to making a man miss you. As women, we often prefer to be in control of situations. Therefore, when a man starts to withdraw and doesn't check in with us as frequently as we'd like, our initial instinct is to reach out to him. We may create a legitimate reason for contacting him, such as seeking help with an MBA assignment or sharing a fantastic new Instagram meme that reminds us of him. However, it's advisable to resist this urge. Allowing him to miss you is a powerful technique to make him yearn for your presence, and this can only happen if he hasn't heard from you in a considerable amount of time. By continuously checking in with him, you deny him the chance to experience that longing in the first place. Additionally, if he has become accustomed to your regular contact, he may not feel the need to initiate communication himself. To keep yourself occupied, it's best to refrain from searching for reasons to contact or text him. Instead, invest more time in activities with your friends, indulge in some shopping, enroll in a dance class, or plan a weekend getaway. Eventually, he will sense a change in the dynamic, begin to miss your interactions, and return to actively pursuing you. 2. Make yourself your best friend. Ladies, let's talk about attraction. We are naturally drawn to individuals whom we perceive as living fulfilling lives because we want to be a part of that excitement. No one finds themselves captivated by a man who spends his days secluded in his basement playing video games, just as no man is truly attracted to or misses a woman who spends her entire day in bed, eagerly awaiting his text messages. So, if you want to make a man miss you quickly, the first step is to become your own best friend. Take charge of your own happiness and engage in enjoyable activities. Go out and do the things you've talked about doing, even if it doesn't involve him. You want him to think, wow, she didn't even ask me if I wanted to join in. Stop waiting around for him to initiate contact and start living your most fulfilling life. The simplest way to make your ex-boyfriend or any man miss you is to demonstrate that your life doesn't revolve around him. If he wants to be a part of your world, he'll need to keep pace with it. 3. Make your life mysterious. Now it's time to get a bit more serious, or at least, mysterious. If there's one thing we can take from men, it's their ability to selectively reveal what they want you to know. This can be a valuable life skill, even in a loving relationship. So, the next step in making him miss you is to vanish from his radar completely. You want him to become curious about what's happening in your life and perhaps even frustrated that he's in the dark without contacting you. If you're someone who regularly shares updates on Instagram stories, consider taking a break or blocking him. Conceal your activities from him and let his imagination run wild, wondering what you're up to, especially if he thinks you might be having fun without him or, worse yet, with someone else. You don't want him to have a complete picture of your life just by scrolling through your social media. Remember, if a guy already feels like he knows everything about you, it can lead to a loss of interest, as he may believe he's already figured you out, dampening his enthusiasm for you. So, trust me when I say that a little mystery can go a long way. Keep him captivated by being a woman full of surprises, passions, and a lot of fun. This approach will not only make him miss you but also ignite his desire to see you again. 4. While you're with him, leave a lasting impression. Men tend to remember two types of women, the ones who left them heartbroken and the ones who brought joy and excitement into their lives. Ideally, you want to be the latter if you want to make a man miss you. To achieve this, you should leave a lasting impression on him while you're together. Your goal is to make him smile every time he thinks of you, and the most effective way to do that is by being a delightful person to be around. Ensure that you're in a positive mood and fully engaged the next time you meet or talk with him. Take the initiative to cultivate your own happiness so that you have plenty to share when you're together. After all, no one enjoys spending time with someone who constantly radiates negativity. Remember, people only miss the good things and the people who bring positivity into their lives. By becoming a source of happiness and leaving a positive impact on him, you increase the likelihood that he will miss you when the two of you are apart. 5. Let him live his life. This may initially seem counterintuitive. Of course, you want him to miss you and not thrive without you, how dare he, right? But bear with me, because the psychology behind making a guy miss you is a bit unconventional. To make him genuinely desire to spend more time with you, he needs to first feel a sense of longing during the times you're apart. Strangely, giving a man space to fall in love actually increases the likelihood of him doing so. Rather than clinging to him like a parasite, encourage him to enjoy his life and refrain from checking in on him constantly, especially when he's occupied with other things. The more freedom he has while dating you, the more he'll miss your unique qualities, trustworthiness, and spontaneity when you're not around. The idea is to grant him enough alone time that he genuinely yearns to spend the rest of his free moments with you. Keep in mind that the ultimate goal is to persuade him to commit, and for that, you must demonstrate that being with you is not a form of imprisonment but rather an enhancement to his single life. 6. Stop giving a damn. The key to making a man miss you and commit is to refrain from pursuing him actively. It's about mastering the art of nonchalance that captures his attention and dedication. Instead of fixating on questions like why, how, and when he will text or call you back, focus on remaining calm, not checking incessantly, and avoiding unnecessary stress. Keep yourself engaged in personal tasks and responsibilities to divert your attention away from him as much as possible. Consider incorporating mindfulness practices whenever thoughts of him arise. Activities like meditation, coloring, and journaling can be particularly effective in this regard. By doing this, you'll reduce the temptation to contact him during moments of vulnerability. These exercises will help you confront and release your emotions rather than suppressing or obsessing over them. By doing so, you prevent your anxiety from driving your actions and allow for healthier responses. Remember, expressing your longing or concerns about him losing interest will only add more pressure on him and potentially lead to further withdrawal. 7. Have an open and gentle attitude. What makes dating challenging is the delicate balance between assertiveness and receptivity that every woman must master for success. Pushing behaviors, like initiating contact, texting, planning, and taking control, are often associated with masculine energy. In contrast, listening, letting go, accepting, surrendering, and being receptive are considered feminine qualities. Fortunately, you can learn how to embrace your feminine side. It's natural to feel the urge to punish a man who returns after a period of absence by expressing offense or anger towards him. However, this reaction suggests that you were waiting for him instead of focusing on your personal growth. That's why, when a man seeks to reconnect with you, the most effective response is to remain open and receptive. This approach not only makes him regret his actions but also aligns with how men often fall in love. By demonstrating that you are a safe and welcoming presence, you create a deeper connection. This doesn't mean you should automatically go back to a guy who pursued you and then disappeared for weeks. However, it also doesn't imply that you should blame or humiliate a man if he approaches you again. If you feel compelled to do so, your primary goal should not be to make him miss you but to assess the situation and determine whether it's in your best interest to continue or move on. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell, so you don't miss any new facts. Let us know your thoughts about this video in the comments section down below and feel free to stay and enjoy it until the end. Also make sure to check out our next highlighted video and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.